right, so we wanted to preface this episode that there's like very patchwork in the way that we recorded it this time. It's like
it was recorded over a couple days.
And hours in between different segments. And usually I have a toot my own horn, but a pretty good job of editing. But I think
I'm so good.
I think it's funnier if I don't do that good of a job. So you'll hear hard cuts and probably different levels of our vocals, of like further away from the mic, closer to the mic, or whatever.
More drunk than earlier. So I think that's how we're gonna leave it, though.
Yeah, I think it's funnier that way.
All right.
Or if you guys are like, well, this is not professional. Well,
this is embarrassing.
It's fine. All right, enjoy the app. Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre, not hosting.
Oh yeah. So how did it feel last time?
Yeah, you have a shitty job. I mean,
somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy you're here, Brian. Only for that reason.
You have to fly solo one of these days.
Me?
Yeah, just do Bill Burr style.
Well, I don't know.
That's it. All right.
He doesn't know a lot of things.
All right. All right, Kyle, what's new in your world? What is shaking? What is grooving?
Man, I've been working a lot.
All right.
So I haven't done my normal thing, which is like
just
peruse reverb and
twerking for the weekend.
Yeah. Everybody's twerking for. So I didn't buy a pedal,
Ooh.
And you had my
shaking it up.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, we're flipping the whole world, honestly. This whole industry.
The whole industry,
we're changing it.
But
single-handedly.
That being said, I did do like I put this rug down in the garage.
Oh yeah, the tone rug. Put it back.
But yeah, makes it does change the atmosphere. Okay, it calms me down. Right,
nice ambience.
Yeah, it's a nice Persian rug. It's and I put this round table out, which you hate.
Yeah, the round table.
The round table.
It's all right. I know it shakes a little bit.
Everyone can hear the microphone wobbling now. Yeah, we get it.
Sometimes when I'm all like, I'm just
throwing shit around.
It ain't right.
Being a dickhead. So that's.
Yeah. So
I had originally I had it down before we talked about it, right? Then it rained, and this garage, you would think, something from the 1950s would have a little more, be a little more watertight. So I don't even know where the leak is coming from, but I think it's one of the garage doors, and it the way the concrete on the back of the house, it like water slides it straight up against the door. So I got to figure out how to, I don't know if there is a way. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah, it's a freak leak.
But I mean, I had to talk about my computer again.
Oh, geez, you're gonna exhaust. It's already you killed it, but go on.
I know it's dead, but we're gonna beat it.
Hell yeah, dude!
A dead horse.
The thing's raw already, dude.
God damn it! Can I leave now?
Can you leave?
So I've been playing a lot of. So I don't have a graphics card in it.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So I've been playing like baby games, games that are more than 10 years old.
Justin from Tone Control called you out right away.
He's like, no GPU.
Look here, you bitch.
So I've been playing a game that's like from 2004, and it runs it really well with the built-in graphics card that's on the motherboard.
So you're just trying to get.
I'm just getting my chops up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just got to play something. So I've been playing the shit out of that game, playing online, and it's crazy that people are still playing that game.
There's probably a bunch of kids playing their hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Or whoever's like.
Well, it's a cheap game, and people are still playing. So you can play. There's still servers because you can. It's hosted, I think by Steam or. Anyways, it doesn't matter. There's other games that are only 3 years old, and they automatically just drop the servers. So like you go to download a game, and there's no one playing because there's no support.
Oh, does that happen a lot?
Yeah.
Is it only computer games?
It's a lot of like bigger games, bigger companies, because they are constantly putting out games, and so they use their servers to host the new games.
Do they do that with console games, or is that's on
even with
PlayStation's network? I don't.
It happens a lot with those. Yeah, happens a lot with those with PC games. There's more of a chance that you're going to be able to play.
So
depending on how big the studio is.
I guess I don't know a lot about the So if you bought a console game, so you can play it online, like Xbox Live or whatever.
Yeah. You got like 6 years in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you bought like an old game, it does not work anymore.
I mean, you can still play the solo,
but you can't.
But there's no servers. There's no official servers anymore.
Okay. Damn. That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
But then again, I mean, it's still like, I mean, yeah, I get it's $60 and it's software or whatever. But you're like, it's my fucking money.
I know. It's all the good times I had, I can't have them anymore.
Yeah, I can still play N64.
I think some games you can host, like you can actually rent a server. So you actually buy a server to run for whatever hours you want. But there you go.
Yeah.
Those are usually EA games. But
EA Sports.
Yeah, it's in the game. So, I mean, I hate to bore you guys to death on that stuff, but
no, but I mean, okay, that was just a question I had.
But it runs that game. It runs the Counter-Strike Source really well. It runs at 275 frames per second, which is pretty damn good. I mean, usually 100 frames is really good, and you don't even notice anything above that. So it's like running really well, and with no GPU in there.
Have you looked at anything else you need for that besides, like, I guess the actual software and like interface to do music?
I have not actually.
So you see if it.
I'm just trying to get it to a point where it's more usable than it is now.
But yeah,
I guess I was. Was it Scarlet? The new Focusrite. New Focusrite. There you go. Came out. Yeah, so I'll probably get that.
Yeah, or
wait for someone to sell their older ones. I don't know. I need something, but nothing crazy.
I bet they're going to come out with a new Claret line. Claret was supposed to be better than Scarlet. It had all these features that the Scarlet line didn't have, and now the new Scarlet line version 3 or Mark 3 has a lot of the features that the Claret had. So it's an interface for Focusrite, so where you can like have your mixes saved in there and digital mixes and stuff like that. And you can have like some of the like preamp whatever built into it changed, and you can flick them on and off on 2 of the channels, yada yada. That was only exclusive to the Claret line, which is a couple $100 more expensive, and then now they have it in the Scarlet line, which is the cheaper version. And then I'm like, whatever. And then I was like online and people are bitching, I just fucking bought the Claret and now the fucking Scarlet has this stuff that I wanted. You gonna fucking, what's up with this Focusrite? And Focusrite's like, well, people put out new stuff all the time. No more questions. And
no comment.
Yeah, no, it's like, and then people ask like, well, are you gonna come out with a version Mark 3 of the Claret? We cannot discuss any of these things that we are working on at the moment. We do not have any more information. I'm like, so that means they're coming out with a newer version.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, everything always comes out with a newer version. So if you buy this stuff, you can expect that in a couple years.
Yeah.
Like with pedals, with this, there's probably going to be a new version of a pedal. There's probably going to be a new version of a guitar amp, whatever. Anyway.
Except HM2s. Anyways, no, so
Scarlet would be cool. Yeah. I like Focusrite.
I have been looking at stuff actually. So at even programs. So I remember I had mentioned, like, when I first was like, oh, I'm going to do this, I had mentioned Logic, and I didn't even realize Logic's like Apple.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, but I think there's a way to convert it over to Windows, but I'm like,
not worth
why would you do that?
Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to settle on is FL Pro.
The Fruity Loops?
Yeah. So I've like watching like synth tutorials and stuff people make.
Okay, and
then they use that a lot, and it's really user friendly.
You can track with that as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only remember like Fruity Loops from way back.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I got it somebody like for free or whatever, Fruity Loops free or something.
Yeah.
You could just make all your beats and stuff like that. I'm like, this is kind of cool, but then it got boring really quick.
Yeah, this is like way different.
And it's actually like a DAW.
I remember looking at like FL Pro. This guy's using FL Pro. I'm like, is that Fruity Loops? Pretty sure it's Fruity Loops.
Well, I know Personas has a DAW that's pretty good, and I guess I didn't hear much about it until after we did that episode with Jeff, like way like episode 7 or something,
like 9
or something. 9, probably, you're probably right.
I'm never
early. I think it's episode 8. Because 9 was with Dustin. Nobody cares about. Go back and listen to the old Tone Jerks episodes. One of us is going to be right, or both of us are going to be wrong. Who knows? I think it's going to be episode 7. Anyway, so he had the actual like board and stuff like that, and then it came with the DAW, the Persona Studio or Pro or whatever the hell it is. It's like some DAW that I heard is really good. I remember him using it and he found it pretty user friendly, but a lot of people find it's more reliable than Pro Tools.
Well,
it
DAW.
has DAW.
Just waiting for that.
You're like, check that off the list.
You say that a million times and I haven't. I'm like, I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, so I heard that one might be good to look into. And then I've seen it online. So that like Fluff from on YouTube and
that's what he uses.
Ribia, I believe, uses it. So I mean, like a lot more people are switching over from Pro Tools or who were on other ones.
Yeah.
So
there's more options now. It used to only be a couple.
I think our buddy Ivan, was a Pro Tools guy and he's moving towards doing the Prosona stuff. Because I think a lot more people are jumping ship from Pro Tools because it is expensive.
It's expensive with the subscription and
and it's I mean I like it. I don't know if they do another update or whatever, I might just not do Pro Tools anymore. But anyway, so that's cool. So I mean, it's a pretty powerful machine that you have currently.
Yeah,
it probably will be fine to run sound because it's not. I don't know.
I'll probably have to get a sound card. I was thinking of getting one anyways, but they're a lot cheaper than graphics cards.
Yeah, but
graphics cards are like $400 for like a good one, but that's still considered entry level.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go up to like 15.
Yeah, I never even thought about what.
But sound cards are like $40 to $100 for like a really good one.
Yeah. Anyways, that's cool. Yeah. So you're getting more involved in your computers.
Yeah. What about you, Brian? What's new with you?
Let's see. I have been. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I didn't buy anything. No, I bought two things. That's my what's new. So I had that Torpedo Cab M, and I was messing with it, and we played a show with it just in case, and it worked out pretty well. It was not terrible sounding, but there was things I'm like in it that I'm like, okay, I had to like really change, like within the Torpedo Cab, you can change EQ, you can change mics and position of mics and stuff like that. There's a lot of editing options, and so like I kind of had to dive pretty deep in there to make the cab sound how I wanted. And stuff like that, and it was still like, some of the highs at certain with the amp or guitar coming into it, I'm like, it was fine, but it's not as where I would like it.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it, and I'm like, okay, there's only so much tweaking I can do, because when you play amp at gig volume, I can't hear it isolated because the way I'm running it, I have to run a live cab. And then I was testing it out through PA speakers to hear how it would sound, and then trying to like use headphones with it too. But you have like a 50-watt amp at like, gig volume. I can't tell with the bleed and stuff like that. So I kind of just guessed. It ended up being okay for the gig, but I know it could sound better, and I hope it sounds better. And I was able to like, okay, so I was thinking about it. I'm like, I should just get a load box. Insert joke, I guess, Kyle.
No,
you're done. You're done with them.
Nope.
Nope.
That's not me anymore.
The joke is in the name right there.
Yeah, you're doing all the work for me.
Yep. Anyway, so I bought a Torpedo Captor load box.
Stupid.
It's still funny. I was like waiting for you to do it, and I'm like, you didn't do it. Okay, move on. Oh, there you go.
I had to be invited to do it.
Okay, so that load box. It's okay. I'm able to unplug my speaker cab and run the head into the fucking cab and out of into the cab M, out of that into the load box captor. So I can use the guitar amplifier at gig volumes, but I don't have to plug a speaker into it because you don't want to run ahead without a speaker cab because you will
fuck it up.
Don't do that. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm like, I didn't want to be able to dial this thing in and whatever. So I'm like, just get the Torpedo Captor thing. And so I got it. And I'm like, okay, now I've been able to fool around with this Torpedo Cab M and dial in settings. Like, okay, the amp at gig volume, I know it's around 11 o'clock or noon at the loudest I've ever had it. And that's okay. I need to make the cab or the IR out of the Cab M sound good. Now I can fuck with it because I was kind of fooling around with stuff that was at like bedroom volume.
Okay.
I'm like,
yeah,
how it reacts hitting that thing at bedroom volume is way different than coming at gig volume.
Yeah.
So you could set something. I'm like, okay, this sounds great, and then you turn it up. It's like peaking and doesn't sound good. And it's digital clipping, stuff like that. So I was now I'm able to dial it in into either my studio monitors or out to PA that I have, or one at the studio, and then through headphones. If I can make it sound good through all three of those, it'll probably sound good everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I was messing with it more, and I was kind of figuring out like, oh, they have different cabs on like the computer editor for the cab M, the torpedo note 2 notes thing, and I was like messing around. I got it to sound good, and I saved a preset or whatever, and I'm like, this what, I don't know. It sounds okay. And I was talking with RJ, the Teletalks, and he had mentioned something about like IRs, and he was kind of like not unhappy, but just like feeling like he could get more out of his HX Stomp, his Helix, with third-party IRs, which are impulse responses.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And I was kind of like asking him, like, well, I have like hundreds on my Fractal, so I've never thought about going and getting more. But there only like 12 came on the 2 notes thing, and you can upload third parties and your own IRs or whatever.
Really?
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll look and see what I was thinking like, can I just transfer ones from my Fractal over my 2 notes? No, because they're like Fractal versions of it. They won't do it. But your third party ones could go to either one. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I was messing with it. I'm like, okay, this sounds good. But I was like looking into it, and I was like, found a video of Pete Thorne on YouTube talking about IRs and stuff like that. I'm like, I really like his tone. I don't play anything like him. I don't do any of the same type of caliber of things that he does. But I'm like, well, he's talking about these IRs that he likes from Ownhammer, which is the company, and they do impulse responses, like a bunch of different types of cabs or whatever. And he talked about the one that he uses his go-to for live and recording is usually this one you can get from Ownhammer. It's a 70s Marshall, like 4x12 cab.
Okay.
And then it has like old, greenback, but they're actually blackback speakers. They're like, greenbacks, but they don't have the green on the back. They're black
because
it's old school ones or whatever. So that's the one he uses. He's like, oh, I use these for live out of his like 2 notes, and he has them with his amps and whatever. So wherever he goes, he's like, oh, these are ones, and he actually use these on like his Fractal and Helix stuff too. And I'm like, thought about it, and like for a day, I'm like, fuck it. If it's good enough for him, I'll just like pay $12 and bought the IRs. And so all the tweaking I was doing on the 2 notes like program to get it to sound pretty good, I just like kind of clicked and dropped these things in. Sound fucking fantastic.
There's like a USB plug on the back. Do you actually drop it in? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And I'm like, I did nothing, but I paid $12, downloaded it, clicked it, dragged it, dropped it in, and I'm like, fucking, these are great. These are so, I mean, I don't have to do any tweaking, and I kind of like that. And it kind of takes away from the, well, you should know your EQs and, mess around with the like digital. I'm like, you wouldn't have to pay $12. I'm like, I've paid $12 and it sounds great. I don't have to worry about it anymore. And it sounds fucking fine. And I'm like, I know very little about like impulse responses and stuff like that. But I was like, that was one thing. I'm like, you know what? Just fucking do it. And if it's, a couple of people recommended it. And then if it's good enough for Pete Thorne, it's good enough for me. And it is perfect. It sounds great. It's a it's a Marshall cab, quote unquote impulse response. You can't go wrong with just a 4x12 Marshall. Sounds fine.
Oh yeah.
And they sound, it took no dialing in to make it sound good. And that's what is cool, because I want this thing to be very, I don't want to think about this thing. I want to plug an XLR into this and give it to front of house. I don't want to tweak it and make it like, oh, this will have to do this like for every shit. Like, no, I just have presets saved for the different levels of my amp, because if I have it like lower, I'll just have it like a little bit of a, louder than if I have it halfway, yada yada. It sounds great. And I tried it with a couple different amps, and I tried it with headphones, monitors, PA. It sounds great. I'm like, man, I should have just, I don't know. I think the idea of like, oh, you get something and then you have to buy stuff to like, what is it? Like, it's like buying a game from EA and you have to get to unlockable
microtransactions. It was EA on this?
It's 2 notes and EA games. Are they
affiliate with?
Yeah. They get their business model from them.
Yeah.
But it was totally worth it. And I say it now, and you mark my words. I say, I'm like, oh, I don't need to buy any more impulse responses, because I have the one I like.
Yeah.
I probably will, like, they have like 1x12s. They have like blue back speakers and Vox amps or what. I'm like, no, I say it now that I won't change, but who knows? I tried it with my 8015. It's digitally my 8015 combo is going through a 412 mic'd up with a 57 and a 121 ribbon mic. Sounds great. I'm like, man, that sounds super, super good. So I'm excited to play the next gig. And I not that just in case was a guinea pig for the show, but I learned more now. So I think
but you didn't like get in the way of the show.
No, I think I can now. It sounds even better. So it's like it sounded good before, now it sounds better. So I'm like always constantly improving, trying to get the show to sound better and trying to get our rig to sound better. But so that was it. So I bought the load box and the IRs just to kind of go with that torpedo cab, and I'm really digging it. I'm like looking at it now. I was like thinking, I'm like, I'm not going to get rid of it, but I'm like, I guess I could just use these two things with my real amps, and I don't need a fractal really much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to get rid of it. I still love the shit out of that fractal. So
yeah,
but that's a cheaper way to do it. So I guess if people have their amp heads that they really like, but they want to do silent practice or recording, you can get these 2 notes things, and both of those brand new are about $500.
All right.
So it's a lot of money, but you think about it, like you have your real amps and you have tons of really great, silent options. So it could be cool for home.
Nice.
Which kind of brings it into a topic I wanted to do.
Oh, segue.
Oh, there you go. You ever? I think we've done this before. You ever?
What's the deal with airline flute?
Flute?
Damn it!
You ever ridden a Segway?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to? I think when they first came out, I was like, man, I want those. And now I see them. I'm like, it's like a joke where it's like mall security is on Segways.
Yeah. Well, okay. So this guy today, I'm in the garage.
Yeah.
I think I just got home. I went out and worked for a little bit this morning, even though it's Saturday.
Oh God.
Came back and I'm setting up, but I'm like turning on my computer and stuff. And I hear someone like knock on like the security door, and I'm like, "Hello."
Yeah.
I thought they're knocking on the garage door, but they're knocking on the house door. And so I turned the corner. I'm like, "Hi," and the guy like jumped. He like freaked out.
What was it? What was his deal?
He was, "Oh, hi, I'm selling, or I'm doing pest control in the neighborhood." He's trying to sell like he's like super cheery and stuff. I'm like, dude, you kill bugs for a living.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I know, like, I work with a company that does that. I'm not in that division, right? But
yeah.
And the guy, he's like hard selling me. "Oh, well, I'm giving a great price for the neighborhood."
I'm not. This same guy, was he a younger kid?
Yes.
He came to my place a couple days ago, and he was on it. Like every time, like if you came with an objection, he was like, "Oh," I'm like, no. The homeowner, it takes care of all that. We have Orkin. Da da da. It's like, well, I'm glad you said you had. I'm like, we have Orkin, no problems, everything's great. Da da da.
I found a couple rats.
Well, no, he
said.
He
I'm surprised. I found a couple rats just really close to the canyon. I'm like,
well, he said that, and he's like, I got your neighbors that are there, and all them had it, and they all switched to Orkin. And I'm like, well, that's fine. We don't need to. Da da da. And he's like, well, can I come by when the homeowner's here? No, don't. You'd 100% waste your time. Don't do that. He's like, well, can I come by later? I'm like, don't come back. And I'm like, I was like, I appreciate you trying to overcome these objections, but no, it's just we're done here.
Well, and I did that. No, I'm good. We don't need. I did that, and
well, you could be great.
What I'm trying to get to is the guy got on a Segway that he had ridden all the way up to my front door, and I didn't even see it when he was talking to me. He's talking about, I'm like, all right, bye. And he like puts one foot on it, it's like not like a Segway with a handle, but one that's like, it like locks between your knees. And he like, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
His feet are on almost like a hoverboard, but with big wheels.
Yeah. You have a lot of shit in your driveway. How did he maneuver all that?
I don't know.
He's pro.
Came right up.
Oh, he ran over all the plants.
It wasn't super wide.
Yeah,
super narrow. So
he scraped my car. It was good.
He just, all the way to my door. And I was like, whoo! I'm like, how did I not hear that coming up?
Anyway, yeah. So we live pretty close to. He's probably just making the rounds and using the same story.
Yeah.
your neighbors. I'm like,
yeah, shit. I know.
I'm pretty sure
I know
you're
these
lying.
motherfuckers are cheap as fuck around me.
I'm pretty sure you're fucking lying. Anyway, but that's a good like objection. He's like, no, we have Orc, and he's like, well, I'm glad you said that because people have switched and they enjoy it. Da da da. Like, no, we're good. Like, and he said, well, you could be great if you just switched to us. I'm like, and he pulls out a book of bugs. I'm like, no. When
did he stop by?
It was like earlier in the week. Must have been like midweek.
So. Dude's been walking the whole neighborhood.
Or he's segueing around the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So anyway,
shit.
That was
segue topic.
I would probably
topic was a segue.
Let's see. I'll cut that whole thing out. Yeah, maybe we'll leave it. I'm sure people want to hear about power pest control problems. All right, so I think I'm gonna make this another cut. That's not because I don't know how to segue into this. We don't ever do this very often or at all, but we're not above it. So,
are you talking about drugs?
Yeah. This is a shout out.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy the big 40.
Oh, yeah.
To Mr. Andrew Walsh. Andrew,
happy birthday, dude.
Your wife messaged us to see if we can give you a shout out. And I think that's a good idea. And I have,
we're not against it.
Yeah, no. So expect something in the mail whenever I actually send it. But until then,
stay tuned.
Yeah, your birthday is a couple days after the airing of this, so I guess this is early birthday or whatever, unless you listen to this on July 24th.
Yeah, just wait, Andrew.
Yeah, just don't open your present of a podcast. So, just Andrew's been listening to us for a while and support of the show. He's in the group, so cool guy. Happy birthday, big 40th.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday. Anyway, okay, so this topic kind of to go with the whole like home recording thing and okay. So there's kind of like there's many different types of rigs, but I mean two of the main ones that we can like maybe talk to are home like practice recording rigs and or gigging rigs. So there's you want to be you don't want a shitty one for both or either one. Maybe you can only put your eggs into one basket. Okay, I'm not gigging, so maybe I would put more money into a home practice thing for recording and doing my own demos or whatever. Or maybe I'd put more money into the gigging side of things. Or neither. Or you have a small budget for either. So this is like a loose topic I've just kind of talked to you about. I'm like, okay, let's try and bat this ball of yarn back and forth and see what we can do. So I wanted each one of us to come up with a rig for home practice recording. Let's just kind of make it be able to do both. And then a gigging rig. But one of them has to be a budget one, so budget conscious, and the other one has to be more it could be like go to town. But we won't hard set a budget for either, but just like one's lighter on the wallet, and the other one's like taking that thing to task. So, let's limit it to 5 things, or else we'll talk all day.
All right.
So, okay, let's hear you go first with your practice rig that's more budget friendly.
Yeah. So this is the budget.
So we were going to do opposite of either. So
okay,
I'll do the expensive one for home, and you do the inexpensive.
Okay, I'll start with the amp.
Yes.
All right. So I don't know how budget friendly this really is, but it's
well, compared to mine, it will be.
KTN Air. So it's the Katana Air.
Oh, the Boss Katana.
Yeah,
Can crawl back, huh?
It's kind of okay.
They're actually good amps. I think we just like talked shit about it once, and we're like, we better.
They're
just
not
keep
an all-purpose rig. Okay, but people would use them like they are.
Yeah, for PAs and stuff too. Jesus Christ.
PAs.
Okay.
All right. So it's a 30 watt. It's got wireless capability. It's got a headphone out. So man, like perfect. You just plug your headphones in, play. It's got built-in effects. Does
it have don't those have USB out?
Yes, USB, and it has a recording out also.
So that's perfect. You can use that for
shit.
That's your
that
interface.
Saved you a bunch of money on other things.
Yeah, you don't have to get like a claret or something like that.
Or like there you go. So it's like $300 for that thing. And that's like used. That's a used cost.
Yeah,
So
I mean, and that's effects. That's an amp. That's
yeah,
practice headphone amp. That's recording. That's a lot in just one package.
And since I'm on the Boss train, I mean, I'm gonna want a Blues Driver. Come on.
Yeah, those
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with those.
So it's like 75 and under.
I'm surprised. Yeah, those are.
They stay up there.
They stay. Yeah, they don't go below 65.
Yeah, there you go.
Really.
I was gonna say 65.
I'm like, it'd be great if you can get those for $50 or $45, but no, I think everybody knows they're so damn good.
Yeah. Okay, and then a Soul Food. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's not really the Boss family, but $50.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna need some headphones. So I got a cheaper version of the ones I'm using. So it's the Audio Technica M30s. These are the M50s.
Yeah.
So they're like $50.
Yeah.
So
yeah, those
they're closed, so they don't. I mean, you won't even hear them still. Yeah.
Nice.
Were you gonna say something
I was looking online. So like these Sennheiser ones that I'm using now that we've talked about, like how they held their like the HD, I think 212s, like, and then I think the 112s HDM, Sennheiser ones. Like I was like thinking about buying a bunch of them because I saw them on Reverb. They were like going for like $20 or less new.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, man, these have lasted a fucking decade.
Yeah, but they don't sound as good as they could as something that's probably newer.
Yeah, but for $20, get like a shit ton of them. Get like 2 or like 3 of them or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was just it's honestly, you're already saying something that I don't need them. But I was like, man, they're good. They last long. Yeah. But what if you got a pair that just didn't?
Well, yeah, because we've heard that. We've had a buddy who's had the same style ones and they just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Probably because he was too rough with them. But,
yeah. I mean,
but that might be a good idea for like in the field kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
Maybe
because like, as soon as we take these out, or if we took like a $100 pair of headphones, they would be just like, done. Bye, boys. Anyways, so yeah, no, that's cool.
And then I got one more. So it wasn't really clear if there was a built-in tuner on the Air, on the Katana.
Yeah, you were watching
I was watching some video and it's like, this is only available in the UK. I'm like,
that was the Andy Guitar Geek guy.
Yeah, and it was
I think we were watching the video. I'm like, is he putting us on? Is it a gag? We don't have time for this. If it is a gag, good job. Yeah. You got it. I mean, we would need an answer for the show.
And, I think they all pretty much operate the same. This was a slightly different amp. It was like the 50 watt, the big one. I'm like, oh, it's probably the same. You hit this button once, hit this button 4 times.
I think that was a joke.
And it worked though. It actually moved across unless he did some fancy.
We never got editing or something.
But then he's like, I was talking to a friend in the US. It doesn't work on those amps, but it works on the ones here. I'm like,
either way. So if it doesn't have,
anyways, I don't want to use the one on. If I have to hit it a million times, anyways, on the buttons, just get a TU2.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Or you get the TU2 app.
You get the app. I didn't know there was one.
Oh shit! I didn't talk about. Well, yeah, I'm gonna shoehorn this in. I sold a couple of the pedals. Remember that?
Can't you do this after our little game here?
No, I guess.
Yeah, let's.
You know what? No, I'm gonna I'm shaking up the industry single-handedly.
Turning it on its head now.
Yeah, right here. Right here, right now. Okay, so I sold my TC Electronic Hall of Fame.
Oh, you didn't even let me get to play it too.
No, it was a great pedal, and I just wanted money for that cab that I traded. And so far, I have not made my money that I wanted back yet, but I'm still hoping I can sell that volume.
You have to mow some lawns to make up the difference.
Yeah, I guess. Or I just ate it or whatever. And then I sold that Korg Pitch Black tuner.
All right.
So I sold it like $40 for the tuner and then $90 for that. So
okay.
$130 if I can get
another $30.
I was hoping $50 for that volume pedal, but we shall see.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Anyways.
But yeah, those are gone. I was like, I sold those on Reverb. Great. I like that. No problem. And I had no boxes. I can't remember. I think it was, I saw on, somebody complaining about like, oh, I got this shipped to me only in bubble wrap and then in the like mailers or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, did it arrive broken? No. But I mean, put it in a box. I'm like, What's the big fucking deal?
On yours or just
no,
on
just on Instagram or was it Facebook or something? Someone bitching about it. I'm like, what's the big fucking deal? It arrived safe. Those things are meant to be stomped boxes. And I'm like, and anyway, so I did wrap the absolute shit out of it in bubble wrap and then put it in one of those things. So it looked like a ball that was put in like the padded mailers, the USPS. And it arrived totally fine. I just made that. I'm like, derailed it for you.
Anyways, I'm done with mine. How about you do your practice one now?
I got my home practice recording rig. So, okay, gonna start it off with unreleased, but I'm just gonna put a down payment on it and patiently wait for this to be sent to me. The Fractal Audio FM3. So it's like they're newer, like it's a 3 foot switches. Like people say it's comparable to an HX Stomp, but it's Fractal's shit. The way more stuff in there. It's a lot more powerful than HX Stomp.
Okay.
Whatever. And I like Fractal better. I'm just a big fan of their stuff. So I want the Fractal FM3. It's like a multi-effects. It has cab and amp modeling in there. So it's not like the effects only thing, like the FM or the FX8. It's kind of like,
I don't even know. You're just dropping letters and numbers.
Yep. And the coordinates and it does effects. It does the amps. It does the cabs. It does all that stuff. And
nice.
I would get that. And that's $1,000.
Perfect.
I would want an interface because even though the FM3 can act as an interface, I like the idea of having an interface. Just so far, my workflow is I like having one. And if I'm gonna get one, might as well get the Universal Audio, the Mark II Quad, so the twin, and it's
it's a quad, but it's a twin.
Yeah, it's
confusing.
That's shitty naming, guys. I will pay $2 for it. $1,200 new.
Turning the industry on its head right now. Yeah. $2.
Flipping it on its lid. It's $1,200 new. I'm sure you can get them for $1,000 or whatever. But it has plugins built in or built on it, so it doesn't use your computer's DSP or any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. It has built in. So you can use, I'm like, if I'm going to do compressors or, preamps and stuff like that, it models a lot of Universal Audio stuff, and it has some built-in amps if you wanted to do like Marshalls or stuff like that. You can do those, and it's all kind of built into this. So that's doing the processing as well as like the FM3. So I'm like, you can just plug in computer up to that and, lighten the load on your computer. You don't have to use so much of the memory. So I think that'd be cool because there's supposed to be a lot of like really good plugins that Universal Audio has, and I think that's just a cool idea. I'm like, and it's about the same size as it's like a 2 input interface, and it's like that'd be perfect for just at home recording. Okay. That with the FM3, which is not very big, and maybe they're both probably maybe the size of like Strymon pedals. So I have those on your desk, and I'm like, perfect. That's not too bad. But you need some monitors for that, for the recording setup. So I would get Yamaha HS8s. Yeah. I like the HS5s, so just step it up and get the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people are like, there's more expensive ones that are better. I'm like, I don't know what they are. So I'm just going to go with the Yamahas. I know what I know. So those are about like just under $700 for the 2. And then
I think the Yamahas are better. That's what I was hearing.
Well, I don't know if I know there's JBLs and there's other more expensive brands.
Yeah.
Adams.
I mean, this is what the guy at Guitar Center said.
Oh, well,
and he was across the room. I was eavesdropping because he was so loud.
Yes,
a lot of people go for the JBLs because they're cheaper, at least for this line, but the Yamaha's really better, probably because you should get them,
Because I got better commission.
Yeah, basically. There's an incentive program that Yamaha's doing right now, and I get a free knife or something.
I get a thermos. I get a quad.
Oh, yeah, right.
You sell like 800 of those, and then maybe you get to rent one for a weekend. Anyways, you still have to pay. Anyways, because I'm liking the 2-note stuff so much,
Jesus, stop dropping that name.
Yeah, I just hoping. Can you guys sponsor it? Well, you already bought everything. Oh shit! I would get the biggest thing that they have is the 2-rack thing of like the 2 Notes Torpedo Studio.
Nice.
Which has the load box in it. It has the reamping stuff, so you can send stuff out or whatever and reamp it to real amps. It has the cab modeling in there. I really don't get why it costs $16.50. It's a lot of money.
$16.50?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
$1,650. I don't get it because you can get that Cab M and one of the load boxes, and that's, like I said, about
$500?
Under $500.
Yeah.
I don't know what this thing is $16.50 for.
It's integrated. It took a lot of man hours to get
because it's like
things.
the 2 of those things put together plus a reamper, and those reamp boxes are like at the most like $200, and I'm like, okay, if you shove all those things together, you're still sitting at like $700. Where'd the extra fucking $1,000 coming from? Is it because it's all in a 2-space rack?
Maybe.
And I don't know. And I'm sure it does more things, but I'm like,
the R&D on this was a bitch.
Yeah.
so we gotta bump it up.
I would just do that just to waste more money. But honestly, you can get those 2 things, and you can do anything. You can run amps, which I would buy an amp. Why the hell not? Get a Marshall JCM 800, because apparently they're the best ones, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
And I can run it silently.
Why would you want to do that?
With the torpedo, and I can get those cabs and IRs and stuff like that.
God.
But I'm going to cheat because I need one more thing. I need headphones. So I'm going to get a pair of the expensive Sennheisers, the HD 650s.
How much are those?
I don't know, but they're wait, no, they're like $350, $400.
Damn.
They're like even better than other ones. It's hard for me to like. Where's the line of bullshit for that for headphones?
Yeah.
I'm like, how good can they be?
I didn't want to be too. I didn't want to get like a $30 pair. I'm like, I didn't want to get. I'm like, well. And they were out of some of the ones. I was like, oh, I really wanted like the 70 or the 50 between.
Yeah.
Was it shit, I don't even know what brand I was looking at anymore. But I was like, fuck, I'll get those ones.
But I know the Sennheiser 650s, or people say like it's supposed to be as good as you can get close to using, because you're not really supposed to mix with headphones. You're supposed to use monitors. That's what I hear. I don't do my own mixes and stuff like that, so I don't know.
So who gives a shit?
We always mix with monitors when we're at double time with Jeff. He's the one who does the mixing for us. We kind of say, "Hey, turn something down, turn something up."
And we don't know if he does it or not.
What do we want for lunch? All right, folks.
Whoa,
time for lunch. So what do you say?
This was a really difficult day.
Just don't bring.
I am pooped.
Don't bring drinks into the mixing room. That's about it.
That's all we know.
So I'm pooped. Who bought some pizza? He's like, we just got here. It's 10:00. Anyway, it's a joke that Kyle and I would think is funny. Nobody else would be like, "What the fuck, you guys?"
Where's that voice coming from?
Hey, folks.
This is shitty Jay Leno.
Yeah. So my monologue.
Hey, guys.
We should start a show off like that. Anyway, so I would get those headphones. So those are 6 pieces. But let's move on to the gigging thing. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I think either one of those rigs, budget-wise, would be bitching to have. I think one's a hell of a lot more expensive than the other, but we should
mix them up, mix them together.
Just maybe pick and choose which ones you like out of those. Although the ones I chose are really expensive, especially that Torpedo Studio for no reason is really like 3 times as expensive as it should be.
and I going through this, like, I didn't get anything to actually record with.
No, they have the I guess a program. I didn't choose a program either.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can get free ones. Reaper is free.
Audacity.
Yeah, that's free, right?
It's really free.
Okay. I've always heard it, and then you've always like scoffed at it. Is Audacity really shitty?
It's just not very user friendly. I don't know. It's just you can't really do a whole lot.
It's not very good.
It looks like Windows 98.
You ever seen
95 maybe?
Like construction paper, crayon drawing? It's kind of like that, but on your computer.
Yeah.
All right. So the gigging rig.
Let's go with the budget one first.
Okay, budget one. For me, I would choose for the amp a PV Classic 30. So the 1x12.
Okay.
So 30 watts, very comparable to like the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, but they're usually about $100 cheaper, new and used. So I've seen some for like $350, $400 used, and that's 30 watts, 1x12. Use that as a pedal platform.
could be pretty good. I would, because of my rig, I'm kind of thinking for me to be able to use this because I'm very much in the multi-effect switcher kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or at least multi-effects with the FX8. That's a huge staple of my sound is jumping and using multiple effects at a time and clicking them on and off for the band. And I'm like, I kind of need something like that. I was looking at the HX effects, which I'm like, that's still around. I was looking, I'm like, oh, there's one going for $350 or $400, which is still a lot of money. But I'm like, I think it's non-functional on Reverb. So you can get a broken one for $350.
Aren't they like $700 or more?
Yeah, about $700, $600 maybe. They probably around $500 is where they land.
Okay.
For one that's operable and working, operational and working. Yeah. So that's a little bit too much, I think, for a budget one. But the Boss MS3, that was one that has multiple effects. Like Boss, you can choose them. Which one do you want? I think it has 3 buttons that you can choose.
That one's not MIDI switchable, right?
I think it does have MIDI on it, but you can also put pedals in. They have 3 loops.
Okay.
And you can use your own effects as you want. Just plug them into the loops, and you can switch them on and off for each one of your presets. So it's like I'm really big. I think I need all that to say I wanted something with presets and effects built in, and that's what the MS3 has. I think new they're about $400, but maybe I'm missing that. I didn't actually write what that was, but it's like,
damn it, Brian.
They're
letting everyone down.
Well under $300. I think closer to $200 used on Reverb. So it's totally doable. And you have everything built in, and you don't really need anything else because it has overdrive and stuff like that in it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people would put their favorite drive pedals into it because digital drives are it just has the bad mojo on it. It doesn't have the good mojo. So I chose 3 drives. I have actually distortion is the MOSFET distortion DOD Gunslinger. You got that for what? $30?
$30.
That is so goddamn good.
You can find them on Reverb
for $100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, people are just probably bought them all for the same price you did. Like,
I'll sell you mine for $35.
Hey folks, gonna do a little
wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling dealing on here. We need some. I can't wipe my beak. I'm
a shitty con artist.
We're working the long con here. The sting. Anyways, so the Gunslinger is it's such a good pedal. I really enjoy the way it sounds. That was a good buy. So $30 for one of those, and then I actually also chose the EHX Soul Food. So as a clone,
there you go.
You can't go wrong with that. It's
we didn't collaborate on this beforehand. Also, just so you know.
We didn't listen either. Fucking stupid. Woo, shoehorn that one in. But that's a great pedal. Stock was totally fine, and then you did stuff to it, and it still sounds good. Yeah, I don't know how much better it was, but your mods to it were great. The LED, those pink knobs.
That's really, what I did.
Changed
the knobs.
So I have distortion. I have light drive, medium drive, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, a boost would be good. So MXR microamp. This is actually one of the more expensive ones of those 3.
Why don't you get the microamp plus?
Those one, I don't know. This one was about $45-$50.
Yeah, they're a little more for the microamp plus.
Yeah, so I would just get the microamp because that'd be a good boost. Mm-hmm. I'd put that at the end. So I'd probably, I think that'd be really cool with the built-in digital effects of the MS3. I think that'd be a good combo going into PV Classic with any of my guitars. I think I could gig with that and be happy.
Nice.
Under budget, whatever the budget was.
We didn't really set a number.
I didn't set one, but I think it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
What you got?
All right, so I wasn't just trying to spend money like you were.
Yeah.
Like, no, well, my uncle died and gave me all this money. I'm gonna
And part of the will is that you have to spend it.
You have to burn it all. All right, so I started looking at like a custom cab. So I was like, okay, I want to start with like like I'm really buying
spending money that you. Okay, yeah.
All right,
go for it.
So I think we've talked about it before a long time ago. Was it the Gallant cabs or Gallant Audio?
Yeah.
So they do like custom cabs, and you can do custom Tolex, custom grill, custom everything basically.
Do they do like images on the front of the grills too, or is that a different company?
Shit, you might. I don't know. They do images.
Yeah.
They do images, but they're they're their own. I don't think you can do custom.
Gotcha.
That'd be kind of cool. You probably want like anime.
Yeah, just a wrap of like whatever my favorite anime of the season is.
We put like Word Up or something really
Word
good.
Up.
So I'd get the Flora. So the Flora has like a leaf pattern on the front.
Okay.
I get the 212.
It's a 2. Okay, so you can decide which one.
Yeah, there's a 112 and a 212. I don't think there's a 412. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's in the books, maybe.
212, totally giggable, totally worth it.
You can get it unloaded or loaded.
Yeah.
So I'd get it loaded with Celestians.
When you get like sour cream and cheese and stuff.
Yeah. It's like loaded
bacon
tots.
bits.
Yeah. What makes it loaded? Because like, is it the bacon? I think the bacon is what makes it loaded.
Well, I don't know. You might have to be loaded when you...
With what?
I don't know. When you drunk, I guess, is when you
that
order
kind of
them,
loaded.
Kind of loaded. I guess there's different kinds of loaded.
Yeah.
You have to be like
locked and loaded.
Yeah. Or that kind, or you could be, just a bunch of cash and greenbacks.
Yeah.
But
or like you're carrying a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm fully loaded. It's like Herbie.
God damn it. All right. So I'd get it with Celestians. I'd get like white Tolex.
Did you have any type of Celestians or just whatever?
They didn't on the website. Doesn't say. I think they maybe specify
greenback.
Probably
V30.
greenbacks.
Greenback V30.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Cool, dude.
Cool. So I'd probably do white Tolex with a teal grate,
and
then the back. So
those are
the backing. I'd do orange. So I'd do like a really flashy cab.
Yeah. Can't miss
it. It still comes like $650 for that.
Oh wow,
cab. That's not bad.
That's better than orange Mesa cabs
for 212, even for a 212.
Yeah, or oranges sit about 500 to 400, I guess.
And I'm not sure if they're out of LA or not. Anyways, I think they're out of the US.
It's weird with like the used market because 2x12 cabs sometimes go for more than 4x12 cabs.
Dang.
Because people realize, I do not want a 4x12 cab.
Weighs a lot more than I thought it did.
Like, basically, that 4x12 orange cab I got for free with that head, basically. Is because I got the head for a good price for $1,000.
Just get it out of here, sir.
And
can you take it now? Yeah, I'll buy it. No, take it out now, and we'll charge you for it later.
Yeah, you keep it. Yeah.
All right.
It's like, and the 2x12s, because everybody's like, that's kind of your best bet.
Yeah,
it's a 2x12 because it's
not
gonna
too
be loud
heavy.
enough.
It's gonna be it's gonna crank still.
Not too hard.
Not too loud.
Not too soft.
Oh, missed it. All right, so that Earthquaker head.
Oh fuck.
There's one on Reverb right now.
Yeah,
it looks brand new actually.
Oh dang.
$1,850 for that head.
Was there 30 watts? Right. Just pretty much.
I thought it was 25 actually.
Maybe you're right.
I think it's 25 watt.
Yeah.
I probably should have done some more.
Well, we've heard it in the flesh.
This one's weird. It's not the white Tolex like Eric Lucero has.
Yeah.
From Modern Love.
Yeah.
It's black Tolex, but it still has the white face. But it's like maybe they re-Tolexed it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's like
his is
starting to wear a little bit.
Off, but I know he's been playing.
Oh, he's been playing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that cab with that head,
that'd be tight.
Would be dope.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, pedal platform. Yeah.
So, and then
and loud as fuck too.
I guess this is the part where I was like, oh, what's the most expensive pedal I could get? So those other ones were just kind of like, yeah, I could probably buy that today.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm building a computer, so no, just don't. I looked at a Dallas Rangemaster. $4,000 for that thing on
fucking
Reverb.
Christ. What the hell is that?
It's like I don't even know. It's a treble boost.
Oh,
like I would need that on this.
No. Is that a fuzz?
It's not even a pedal.
Oh.
It's not even. It's like it's almost kind of like how the RE or the
the Space Echo.
Space Echo, where it's just like almost like a rack,
like a separate unit.
It's like before they started realizing that you probably should put this on the ground and step on it.
Oh, God, I think I've seen those in Premier Guitars, the rig rundowns. Like, I just never really.
I really don't know what it is, but I just want to spend the money.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. You got to flaunt it. If you want it, you flaunt it.
Yeah.
You got it.
So, I mean, I want to try one. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So this is me putting it on my list of things I want to try.
You buy it and try it.
Yeah, exactly. Drop my 4Gs.
You buy it, then try it.
Yeah. So It's probably more complicated circuit than just a treble boost.
And you'd be like, I'm gonna gig with this.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
And then I have to throw a Klon, like an original Klon.
Yeah.
Found one. The most expensive one I could find was for $37.50.
Well, that's I know, a bargain compared to that other thing.
Yeah. 20. It's not even that much less.
No.
All right, so we all know what a Klon is, right?
Yeah.
It's like the golden horsey one.
Yeah, it's based off of what, the Tumnus or something?
Yeah, it's
based off the soul food. Yeah.
Just more boutique-y and
boutique-y.
Boutique torch.
It's a boo. Yeah, it's like Boo from Mario, but he's wearing to a tiki. You go to a tiki party. Tiki. My ties.
And then a Maestro Echoplex. So
that's the tape delay, right? Tape delay thing.
Yeah,
bitch. Okay,
pretty sure. I just wanted some. Just wanted it.
These are like, okay, go on.
Yeah,
that's cool.
See, but people that have money don't know what they have, so that's kind of I'm just preparing myself for the role.
You don't know what you have until it's gone.
I'm like Christian Bale. I really prepare for my roles.
Yeah.
You know? So that was like screaming in at 27.
Oh dang.
100. So Maestro makes some pretty legit shit though. I know that.
Yeah.
I know Johnny's got a Maestro pedal. It's a vibe pedal.
I think it's a fuzz.
You don't know.
And I think I should know because I think I have it.
Yeah, I think you do now that I say it. Anyways.
Yeah, I need to try it. I believe it's fuzz.
So this is not even a pedal either. It's none of these are, except for the Klon.
Yeah.
But this is just like a unit.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's
there
like,
you go. So like you're picking things for gigging, but they're ungiggable.
I forgot that I was supposed to be gigging with it.
Whoops. Well, and then the sixth thing is I'm going to hire some friends.
I thought it was gigging and recording.
Yeah. Well, that'd be tight still.
Echo, because I know Dunlop MXRs based it off of that, so it's probably a vibe and weird shit.
Or maybe the Echoplex.
I don't know.
Preamp.
I probably should have done more research.
But it'd be tight to get yet again.
Hell yeah, it'd be tight. And I wouldn't
buy it and then try it.
Sorry, guys.
Buy before you try.
I tried to fuck up your game, but
I fucked
you got too much of it.
You played
too
yourself.
much game. Oh, how am I doing?
And we're back.
We can do it. It'll be all right.
Anyway, I mean, I'm rolling now, so we're just gonna go right into it. So, I mean, through the power of editing, you guys aren't gonna know that we broke for 4 hours. And we came back to finish up.
We just couldn't bear to finish the episode.
Yeah,
so.
we needed a break.
Went and got a couple beers. We hyped each other up, and we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Just with the way we had scheduled this, we went to go see a comedy show with Johnny Ray.
Yeah.
So, friend of the show. And so saw that, had a couple beers, had some pizza, and here we are. Let's finish this up. We're in a different mood now, so maybe this is going to sound like a hard jerk. You're like, what the fuck?
No, we should try and just pick up where, bring it down, Brian.
Oh, budget gear and expensive stuff, huh?
Yeah. Who does that, right? Am I right?
We're wacky kind of guys. Flipping the industry on its lid. Coming at you every week. That's only funny to Kyle and I. Anyway, okay. We got another quick topic. We'll wrap it up. And then we're going to drunkenly do some Patreon. The hot diggity damn. The hell of a segue here. So, it's a kind of topical. A couple weeks ago, I went to go see Brian Rash, our drummer, invited me to go see Newfound Glory at House of Blues. It was a lot of fun. I was like, I haven't been to a lot of like big shows or concerts in a long time. I realized I'm like,
yeah,
I don't go to that many, which is good because I try and spend most of my time seeing local bands because that's kind of my scene. I'm like, you should support local bands because I hope people would support my shows, which they don't. So, I was like, oh, it's cool. It's cool to see like a bigger band. And I'm like, oh, cool. And you know their songs and stuff like that, and seeing them, it's like a more of, they should be a good band because of how big they are and touring and making money off of it. Anyways, it made me think of just like, I've seen Newfound Glory before, at Warped Tour, seen them at shows, seen them when they opened up for Green Day. I've seen them multiple times. But what I was thinking about, like, what about bands that you've never seen before that you've really wanted to see? And I kind of have a list. And I was like, we could, do this quick topic and then head out of here. Kyle,
yeah.
Do you want to lead it off?
Yeah, I've always wanted to see Blink-182 perform with a B-rate, shitty, mumbly rapper. So, do you know anything like that? Is there any, who apparently left the tour, and then now he's back.
Really? Okay, because I think I saw something like some dumb shit clickbaity on Facebook.
Yeah.
Didn't click on it because didn't care.
Yeah.
And then people were like, dude, Blink-182 with this rapper. Oh my God. Controversy, I guess. It's not like they didn't curate that shit when you know they did.
Yeah.
And their publicist did that. No, yeah, anyways, but yeah.
Well, okay.
Cool.
Sure.
I never have seen Blink-182, and I don't want to see him now with Matt Skiba.
Yeah.
I'd rather see him with Tom.
Yep.
And he's probably going to come back to the band because who knows how long Matt Skiba can do it. He's really, really
he's good.
Underwhelming.
Oh, well, he's good in his own.
In Alkaline Trio, I think he's pretty good. But in he's actually, I was like thinking like, oh, he should be a pretty good guitar player. He can't play those riffs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how can you? There's kids out there that learn Blink-182 songs.
His voice is too much like Mark's.
And it sounds super auto-tuned, and he's not doing, because he's not doing Matt Skiba-ish voice.
Yeah.
Or his Matt Skiba voice.
It's like monotone, like, no.
And he's not doing the breaking kind of stuff that he, and kind of screams or whatever that he did. Not really screams, but he had a certain panache in Alkaline Trio that it's like he totally is phoning it in, even though he's probably getting paid a hell of a lot more money to do Blink-182 than Alkaline Trio ever did. But he's like, I'm gonna put very minimal effort into this.
Well, okay, so if we're on the along the lines of Blink, I'd say Boxcar Racer.
Oh,
love to see Boxcar Racer.
That'd be great. You saw Angels and Airwaves, right?
Yes.
Were they good?
Yeah. No, I liked it. I think at the time I didn't know what I was watching.
Yeah.
But that was around the time of McIntyre.
Yeah, and that's like one of my favorite records.
Yeah.
Where he was really kind of coming into his own, where he was less of the butt of a joke. Which
oh shit, this guy is
McIntyre came out. And I guess even with like We Don't Need to Whisper, it was kind of like, oh, it's a neck and neck race between Mark and Travis's project and Tom's thing, which is better. I'm like, oh, Angels and Airwaves has a lot more room to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Plus 44 had a couple bangers, and then they're kind of like
fizzled out. They like posted a couple pictures. We're signing a new record, and they never did anything.
Yeah,
or like, why are they making another one so soon? It was like 4 months after, or it was probably like 8 months after the last one.
Yeah,
and like, you guys aren't even done touring, and you're signing on another record,
and then
never did it.
Yeah, and then Tom. Or they kept on going, and then Angels and Airwaves came out with McIntyre, which I really liked. I don't know if they think that's a bullshit record or not, but I thought it was really cool. But
that would be another band I'd like to watch again.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if his new stuff. I know they're
working on.
Yeah, he's got an album and a tour that I think they're doing like smaller clubs like House of Blues, like small clubs like House of Blues, like
2,500 stadiums. Yes.
2,500 capacity is sold out. West Coast tour. I'm like, he'll be doing all right.
I didn't like those Love albums though.
There was a couple here and there, but then again, I'm like, okay, Angels and Airwaves. I'm like, I don't know. It's who knows? It could be a toss up. But I think he knows like a lot more. Is like he's going to be judged a lot more for this stuff and his new performance and stuff like that. So maybe he's going to bring it. I don't know, or he won't. Who fucking knows? I want to say Frank Turner. So he was like a acoustic folk punk kind of thing. I never actually saw him live.
Really?
And even I was really into him, and he was kind of more underground. Then it kind of like broke a little bit with like Tape Deck Heart and stuff like that. And that was kind of the time I should have seen him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I have plenty of opportunities now, but I'm like, I just haven't followed up on him. But I'm like, oh, I should actually. It's not like, oh, he's unattainable to go see live. I'm sure he just plays House of Blues and stuff like that here locally. That I'm like, I just need to get back into it and go see it. But I remember really liking several of his albums. Like
he's blowing up, right? Or
I don't
at
remember.
least the last couple of years.
I know he was. I don't know.
I was hearing like in stores, like walking away. This sounds like Frank Turner.
Yeah, and I remember hearing
radio and
his. I don't know. I just remember like
it was that like 5 years ago.
Maybe. Yeah, that one album like blew up. It was like what was that? The handwritten Gaslight Anthem. It was around that time. That what was that one song?
45.
Turn a record.
Yeah.
Like it was around that time that Frank Turner kind of like he started getting more radio play here on like normal like FM radio, so 91X and stuff like that. Rock. The rock stations here in LA and San Diego. So I'm assuming, okay, if he's breaking over here, it's probably all over the US.
Yeah.
They have the same catalog. Anyways, I could have seen him. I should see him. I will need to check that off the list.
Well, along the lines of like acoustic, I'm going to put Northcote in there. I'd love to see him again.
Oh, now that you're aware more.
Yeah. Because I've like listened to the whole, I don't know.
I think, we caught him at a show, not expecting to see him.
Yeah.
We went there to go see Dave Hawes. And
it was in Silver Lake, I believe, or Echo Park area.
So in LA. And then, and then he opened up and he did a really good job.
Damn. Yeah. It's kind of weird how like you see, like totally change. I don't know. You're there to see someone else and then I don't even like Dave Hawes.
Yeah.
But really like that guy. You're like, oh shit. You attach onto something you weren't expecting.
Yeah. And I think that's like the best kind of opening act.
Yeah, and it's more like natural, I think.
Yeah, because you actually are seeing,
I don't know. You're experiencing it for yourself for the first time.
Yeah, and you're seeing them live in the element that they're not hidden. They're not,
yeah. Well, you got another one?
Let's see. Yes, along the lines of, I don't know, comedy. So we just, I would love to see Jerry Seinfeld. Never seen him.
Okay. He doesn't really do a whole lot, right?
I don't know. He does. I mean, last time I really looked, when he was in San Diego, tickets were pretty up there, like 100 something.
Okay.
And I was like, God damn.
But it's also the Netflix specials.
It's also, it's Jerry. So you'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then it was, I was listening to a podcast, Tuesdays with Stories. So it's Joe List and Mark Norman. They talked about like a small club, kind of like 200 capacity club in New York that they were at, or like Joe List. He was like kind of the MC of the night. And he was like, okay, you're going to do your 10-minute set or whatever. And then we got, I think Joe DeRosa. And then, it's like, and then Bill Burr is the headliner. So just kind of like you need to do stuff and introduce people and like da-da-da. And then like, so he did his first set and then I'm totally stealing their story. But if people aren't going to listen to their podcast, he's talking about, okay, and then, Joe DeRosa is doing his thing. He's like, all right, so we got word on the phone that Jerry Seinfeld's coming, and he is going to open for Bill Burr. And so you need to stretch until Jerry can, get here and park, and then, we'll let you know either Jerry's going to make it or he won't. So if Jerry is going to come, you need to say these exact lines. And then he's like, a comedian is like, oh, fuck. So it's not only is it like, you have to introduce Bill Burr and not fuck up. You have to make sure to introduce Jerry Seinfeld and don't fuck it up. And so he's like, the guy's kind of stretching and kind of da-da-da, and he gets the cue of like, Jerry's here, thumbs up, or like, Bill Burr's next. And so, so it was. I mean, that's a hell of a show. Imagine going to like a, small, bar show, 200 capacity, 100 capacity, 150 capacity, and then Jerry Seinfeld just walks up. I'm going to do 20 minutes. All right, cool. And Bill Burr's next. So man, that's kind of cool.
Would you want to see Bill Burr too? Or
yeah, I would tack that on too. I would like to see Bill Burr. I think he might. I mean, he tours. I don't know how much he comes to San Diego, but I'd like to see him. He's pretty funny. Yeah, but I'm like listening to his podcast. I feel like I know him. I don't fucking know him.
Yeah, we go way back.
And I'm like, no, oh God. But yeah, I would like to see him. I mean, even comedians, Mark Normand. I'd like to see Joe List or like Nick Mullen or something, Stavros.
Stavros.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, anyways, back to music.
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm like
Christ.
hijacking it.
I was trying to
Making
help you out
about
there.
our lives that we just saw. It's a comedy joke that nobody knows.
Yeah, I'd like to see Green Day again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
What about people you've never seen though? Green Day, obviously, that's totally worth it though.
All right. Calm down.
Yeah, you just derailed it with comedians. You fucking asshole. Fine. You can't let me derail it. You can't give me a minute.
I'd love to watch AC/DC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a show.
Oh man.
Oh, Van Halen with David Lee Roth. That'd be good too.
Oh no, with Sammy Hagar.
Yeah. Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
No, that would be crazy.
Yeah. And they've been here in San Diego, and but it's like the tickets are just outrageous.
Yeah,
but I just don't know if I can justify stuff like that. But I mean, then again, it's like it is AC/DC. It is Van Halen.
Yeah, and okay, so everyone knows I'm listening to like synth music and stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it would be to go to like a show, like some of these guys who do like live performance, or I'm sure a lot of it's recorded and. They do play probably some, or I don't even know.
DJ push play.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of interesting to go see some of those like big acts, but I'm not gonna go drop any like
nice
drugs. Act. Jesus Christ, you ruined my bit.
You stop it all over my bit.
I was like dropping E. I ain't doing that. I'm sure that's what people do at these places. I'm a square.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell would be going on at some of these places, but there's
totally not your scene. Yeah. You walk in, you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We were downtown San Diego. We just like stopped in a bar just to go take a piss, and Kyle, it's totally not our scene. It's like a sports bar, like. And there's like a fight going on. It's just totally, you walk in and we feel like we're not masculine enough to be
water. Yeah.
masculine enough to be here. And on the back of the sign, it says no hipsters. And it's like Kyle, Johnny just have giant beards and I'm like walking around in boots. And then I'm like wearing cutoff jeans and an anime shirt with bangs. And I'm like, we're not supposed to be here. So you go to one of those synth shows, you're like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Where's my mommy?
I gotta go.
So there's like Carpenter Brute. I know they do like huge live shows.
Yeah.
And Kavinsky. So they play like Glastonbury and
it's like festivals.
Yeah, they play like festivals.
They're not gonna be like, hey, we're playing Soma.
Well, yeah, no way. But I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just to kind of experience it and go, yeah, I'd rather just listen to a recording.
Yeah. You're like, this experience did not add to it.
Yeah.
Did not add to my enjoyment. I would say my last one, The Boss. Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Boss Katana.
Yeah, I want to see a Boss Katana. It's a fucking Boss.
Springsteen. I'm never really into that.
I don't know. I like him. And I've seen like just on YouTube live performances. They sound good. I'm like, yeah, he's got a whole band and they're all really great musicians. I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be an arm and a leg, so probably not gonna go. But that's one I would like to see.
Yeah, if Dave got the band back together, I'd go see Dave Matthews Band.
Always get the band together.
Getting the band back together.
I don't even fucking know any
Blues Brothers.
Okay. I don't even know a Dave Matthews song. There you go. That sparks it. I don't know. That's all I got.
It's like a jam band.
But I think that was enough. If you guys got bands you've always wanted to see, let us know.
Which of ours are hitters and which of ours are shitters?
And can you tell like the hard change in the mood from 4 hours of recording? We could have done it. You guys wouldn't have known. We've done things where we've recorded before. We've got the whole episode, and then we cut out a topic that's right in the middle because another podcast who releases on Mondays did the same exact topic, and we didn't want to do back to back just because we want to do something different for you guys. And it's not necessarily like biting, but it's just like kind of like if we have the opportunity to do better, we are not going to just bite. Anyways, I can cut that whole thing out. Let's get out of here. We're rambling. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. And if you guys want to join in on the fun, you can do so on the social medias. Check us out on Instagram at The Tone Jerks, and we on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. Just search The Tone Jerks and you will find it. And if you guys, want to leave us a review on iTunes, hopefully 5 stars.
Yeah.
Let us have it. Let us know what you think, and write a review. And if iTunes publishes it, hopefully there's just I don't think 4-letter words and, all the stuff we say on the show, you can't post it in the comment or the
get creative
in the review.
Use some symbols.
Symbols and stuff like that. Don't at me. Post it. Rate us, review us, and we'll read them on the air. And if you guys really like what you hear, you guys can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And if you guys double down, you guys get an extra episode every week. We wanted to give you guys a huge shout out.
Yeah.
Thank you. A sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list here. Give it to me. Bye-bye.
All right. We have Brett Alexander, Stephen Conradi, Doug King, Andrew Walsh, Michael Newman, Adam Rohr from the Let 'Em Hear podcast, Bruce Banana, Colin Smith, Doug Gann, Aaron Taylor, Jason Fuzzmonger.
See, now that you're reading it, it's just there's a totally difference in a week. I'm like, it's not in the order that we did before that I was so used to. I'm like so used to now just hearing your voice. It's totally fine. Whatever way you change it, I got to hear your voice.
Thank you for letting me be me, Dad.
You found something. It took you 31 years, but Kyle, you found your niche.
Reading everyone's beautiful names. Abe Newman, Jim Bowers, Doug Christ, Joseph from Like My Pedals, and Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me podcast. Johnny Reynolds, Jamie Davis, Sean Fahey, Steve Mike, Digger from Fatfoot Effects, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian from Nutter Guitars, Nicholas Payson, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Co Schneider from the Flippin' Flippers podcast, Kevin Equits from Equits Guitars, Leon from Pelican Noiseworks, Matt Quine from the Fret Talk podcast.
Oh yeah. And hold on, we ain't done yet.
Yeah.
Got a new one. Oh yeah.
calm down.
I'm peaking the levels
Jesus
here. I'm
Christ.
peaking right now.
Man.
We got a new one.
Yeah.
Drum roll.
All right, calm down. This is Nicholas Ogburn.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Nicholas.
you so much. Thank you for contributing.
Yeah, thanks for joining in on Patreon. Thanks. It's really cool. I got nothing else to say. I'm like,
Brian's crying over there.
Cat got my tongue.
He's tears of joy.
All right.
Thanks, Nicholas. You made Brian's day.
There you go. And you finally found a way to shut me up. All right.
All right,
we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.